Hello and welcome to the Sanura Design offices. Today we are touching on a topic very similar to our blog post for August, which is what to ask before you hire professionals for your next reno. There's a lot of information we love to impart. We'll actually be doing a tour of a few different places to do webinars and seminars around this topic. We're going to have a contractor with us, and we'll also have a financial planner with us to talk about what you need to know before you start your next reno. But for this video, I want to touch on a few very important things you should know before you hire any professional for your next renovation. This is incredibly important to us here at Sanura Design. We want to educate everyone. We love educated clients. Educated clients are happy clients to us, but we also want to leave you with some very important information. So even if you don't hire us, that you are very well informed before your next renovation starts. So what are some things you need to be asking? Well, let's lay some ground rules here. You don't hire anyone for cash. I'm going to be upfront and honest with you, and I'm going to say anyone who's willing to cheat the government to save some money probably doesn't mind cheating you as well. And as well, if you pay someone cash, you have absolutely no protection if something goes wrong. So what am I asking? I'm asking that you get a contract, guys. If you hire a contractor, if you hire an interior designer, you hire an engineer to do drawings, you need a contract. Because if something goes wrong with what they're doing, you have no recourse. If there's a contract and say your contractor does very poor work, maybe you agreed to do big of a deposit, they do very poor work and they leave. You have recourse, you have legal recourse to pursue in court. You can take them to court for their contract and get your money back, or make them finish the work. Honestly, if they're doing a bad job, you probably just want the money. But that's the very important part of a contract. It doesn't just protect us professionals, it protects you. Stop paying people cash. I know it's very tempting to save 13% of your budget on taxes. It's not really worth it. True professionals, amazing people who do great work, get contracts and you don't pay them cash. That's incredibly important. You want everyone to have also to have the insurance protection they need. So if I need professional liability insurance as an interior designer, engineers also need liability insurance. Contractors also have liabilities insurance. They also need to have WSIB, the Workplace Safety Insurance Board. They need to have that set up to protect their workers and also to protect you. Because if someone gets injured in your house while they're doing work, you could be liable or they could be liable. And the WSIB is very important if work is like construction work is being done. So that is very important. And another part of this very important discussion is please ask for references. I think people know about this. You need to follow up on references and follow up on more than one. The preference for both professionals, contractors, or interior designers or engineers is to ask for references of someone who has a similar project than you, and an ideal is a current client, someone they're currently working with. You want to talk to them while the project is fresh in their mind, and you want to get a straight point of view. I know you're like, oh, but I can see the reviews on their website and I can see their portfolio. That doesn't tell you what talking to a real person will tell you. And you'll typically also have a great idea of what it's like to work with them and to see if it's a good fit. This is research that doesn't cost the professional any time and doesn't cost you much time and effort. It's just following up on the phone call to take a few minutes to talk with a couple of their past clients. For contractors, it's very important to see what was it like for the construction. Were they neat and tidy when they were doing the construction? Was there a mess all the time? Were they considerate for your neighbors? If you were living in the house, were they considerate for what you were doing when the work was completed? If you live in a condo, were they respectful of the condo rules? Did they clean up after themselves in the hallway? Did they do things outside of the hours they're supposed to? All of these things are incredibly important, and you can find out things like this based on interviewing their past clients and talking to people who've worked with them before. Another great idea is talking to other professionals that work with them. I always offer that if you want to talk to suppliers, you want to talk to contractors I've worked with, I can tell you all of these things. I can not tell you all of these things. I can give you any of those references, and I know good professionals can give you a variety of references of whatever you ask for. This is a great way to obviously filter them before you hire them. And with interior designers, you want to know what it was like working with them, what the good points were. You want to make sure that their best principles and the things that are important to them and how they work align with yours. As we discussed in You Want a Designer That Tells You No, its relationship is very important when you're hiring your interior designer. I'm going to be finding out things about you no one else knows. And that's a very private conversation, but it's also makes for a very close relationship if you have the right person working on your side. And when you have the right person, that means there's a lot of care that goes into the project, and that shows up in very many parts of your project. So that's just a few different things to touch on of what you should ask before, you should know about your professionals before you hire them. If you can think of anything else, you're welcome to let me know in the comments. And if you can think of another topic you would love for me to cover in the future, please let me know. If you want to look at my references and ask me about my insurance and look at my contract and hire me for your next renovation, I'm more than happy to do all of those things. If you have questions about some of these topics and you'd love to ask, we'd love to answer. As I said, educated clients are happy clients. So have a wonderful day, everyone, and keep smiling.